Hello and welcome to Supercars of London and my first supercar and the first of the two semi-finals. On my left we have the Audi R8 V8 Spider and on my right we have the Nissan GTR. We're going to test them back to back and hopefully compare the two and pick which car is the best for my first supercar. So let's first get in the Nissan GTR and take this one for a spin. So here we go, semi-finals round one, contender one.
It's going to be a lot of deja vu now for the next few vehicles.
And we're in the Nissan GTR.
Back in the GTR.
Which we did back in November.
Yeah,
November. When we had probably a worse camera, worse weather than it is today, which is surprising as most of you know, the UK's been battered with winds and rain.
It has been really bad.
And today we get the sun, which is...
And then we get some sunshine, like...
They knew that we were filming today.
They did,
The gods of the weather knew that we were filming my first supercar. Well, I hope they did.
Semi-finals.
Semi-finals, Nissan GTR. It's the fastest.
The fastest car probably in the semi-finals, yes.
Yeah. So now we need to work out whether it's the best.
Whether it's the best and the good things and the bad things. But we'll start being a little bit more specific.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of first good point, is that it goes like that.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
I wasn't expecting it. That's
Instant smile from the speed.
Smile, exactly.
Oh, that's nuts.
So let's kind of touch on the simple points of the GTR then. Right, so we got a double clutch gearbox,
Yeah.
which is completely silky smooth, very easy to use. We've got a car that's basically built to demolish racetracks. Okay, desirability factor, maybe not as high as the R8 or the Lamborghini. It doesn't have the same supercar appeal. What it does have is, you know, it is quite understated. It has a very specific look and a specific kind of place in the market.
Yeah, that's true.
And
it's so well loved on the internet as well.
And it's an out and out performer, it really is. So that really is the crowning one for the GTR, is that it sits quite low in the price bracket.
But it sits so high in the performance.
It does.
Ratio of...
And it's very, you know, completely customizable. You can, you know,
do whatever you want to it, yeah.
Lots of tuning options for this, exhaust, you know, lots and lots of engine upgrades because it's Japanese. This car gives me that kind of, you know, it gives me that edge, the kind of that special feeling that you want to get when you're driving something that's a bit unique. But I get that just from the performance.
Yeah.
If I'm in a Ferrari, I'm in a Lamborghini, there's a lot of contributing factors. So
to the whole feeling.
Exactly. So I'm in, I'm in a 458, you know, and I can see the yellow haunches, and you know, it's the exhaust note, and the fact that it is a great gearbox, and you've got the prancing horse in front of you. All these kind of little things. In the GTR, you just forget all of that because when you put your foot down, it's just so mesmerizingly quick. You just don't expect it to be that fast, and it never gets old. It really doesn't.
And I'm not sure whether YouTubers will be able to pick up the sound of the whirring of the turbo, and you can hear the gear changes. It's very different to the wail of a V8 or the howl of a V10 that you get in the Lamborghinis and Ferraris.
It is.
Which of course everyone is going to favour over the GTR, but...
Yeah, it's a unique sounding car, and I think if you put mad exhaust on it, then it probably does sound quite cool. I've heard some pretty mental ones in London, but obviously this...
Well, let's hear this. We've got the tunnel, about 20 feet away, creeping up on us. So let's give it a whirl.
It kind of like... It's got this whir.
It's a presence.
It has got a presence. It's got a very unique sound. I mean, we're kind of held up by traffic. But I mean, I'll hang back.
It's just the power. It's the power.
Yeah, the deliverance is mad in this car. That is the thing. That never gets boring for me.
Just putting your foot down and
it's just electrifying. It really is, and it just.
You could go hunting supercars in the Nissan GTR and win.
Yeah, you definitely.
And that's a real plus point for the GTR. It doesn't always win against the top four of the semi-finals. It doesn't always win in terms of
speed
looks.
camera.
Shut up. It doesn't always win in terms of looks. It doesn't always win in terms of sound.
Speed camera.
But what it does, more often not winning, is performance.
Oh yeah.
And this woman knows it as well, because she's always talking about speed cameras.
She just thinks
we're going around a roundabout at like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, she's just ready. She knows that, like, you know, I'm itching just to go flat out, like, you know, because you are still going to be, you know, you're not going to have the looks of a Lamborghini, you're not going to have the looks of an R8 or the presence or that real kind of knowledge that on your drive there is a car and you can call it a supercar. You know,
yeah,
a kid's version. You know, not a technological kind of. It's got the same horsepower as a Lamborghini. It's, you know, it goes around Nürburgring 4 seconds faster. That's technologically, yes, it's a supercar. But then you could say that about, you know, you could say that about a new E63 Mercedes. That's got 600 horsepower as well, but it looks like an E-Class.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the same thing with this. If you have a Lamborghini or an Audi R8 or a Ferrari, that is by definition a supercar, and that's that. And unfortunately, that doesn't happen with this.
There's the GTR.
And now into the R8.
Straight into the R8 immediately. First comparisons, it's a hell of a lot lower, and the seats are a lot more comfortable.
You want more comfy in this?
More comfy in this.
It just
it sits so low to the ground, you just feel like you're in the supercar straight away.
Yes, you do. And it does feel a bit more special than the Nissan already.
So that's your first impression comparison to the GTR, as it feels a lot more special.
It does feel more special.
And is that because of the interior? I mean, there's loads more leather, a bit of stainless steel.
It's just, I mean,
it just feels more luxurious.
Yeah, the way that it's laid out, the fact is, in the GTR, as I said, the dash is really high, so it's kind of stacked up here, so you feel like you're in a big car. And when you feel like you're in something that's big, then you know, you don't feel quite as nimble. You don't feel like you're in something that's potentially built to make, you know, for things to be able to enjoy yourself. Whereas in this, you know, the dash slopes away to the left-hand side, the dials come up right in front of you, it's quite sparse, you've got a lot of visibility, and that's a good thing. And this, I don't know how Audi managed to do it, but this has that X factor.
It does have a,
even though it's an Audi,
much more attractive package when you throw in the V8 sound,
yeah,
the R8 looks,
I mean, it has a personality as well.
The luxury leather.
It definitely has a personality.
Yeah.
You know, in the same way that a Lambo and a Ferrari does. Whereas in the GTR it doesn't really have one. It just has, you know, a big kind of. It has a really good CV,
yeah,
but you know, doesn't really have anything to talk about.
Yeah.
Whereas in this does. This is very surprising.
So 3, 2, 1, tunnel. The GTR, which is stomach churning fast.
It's hard to find. I mean, it's almost impossible to find a car that's actually going to encapsulate everything completely, because, you know, a supercar is essentially designed for, you know,
that's what makes it have its own character,
for performance, and you know, and a big luxury saloon is designed for, you know, for luxury. So if you can find a car that actually does have a little bit on either side like this, because
finding the balance is key.
Finding the balance is key, especially if you're going to be using the car a lot of the time, and I'm sure that you will be.
Well, definitely. So, semi-final, round 1, tick. Coming back now, back to Premier Velocity HQ in the Audi R8.
First 2 are done.
The much lower slung out of the 2 cars. And it will be really interesting for the viewer to make sure that you all comment on what you'd prefer to be driving, the R8 or the GTR.
Yeah.
Of course, they're 2 different cars. Yep, and why? Make sure you give a reason. Because we've explained some of the reasons why we like the GTR, but also the drawbacks of the GTR. And again, we've done
some of the reasons why we like the R8, some of the drawbacks to that as well. I think there's not many drawbacks to this car, apart from the fact that, you know, you could get a C63 or a GTR a bit cheaper. And that's it, really.
The drawback to the Audi R8 is it's not the cheapest.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
And just make sure you get one with a manual gearbox.
Yep.
Because the Artronic gearbox,
Duly noted.
sorry Audi, isn't great.
I love the valves when they open. It really lets out a great...
It does that out a good noise. Imagine what it would be like with a sports exhaust.
Yeah.
Something mental with straight pipes or something.
Yeah. Well, if I was to get one of these, that would be exactly what I put on it.